Hello and welcome back to the Great War Western Front. We are once again sieging Verdun, and I am preparing for a quick assault here to try to gain some ground. I'm planning to just take one of these points, one of the objectives here, to get it back to a stalemate so it doesn't count as a victory for the Allies before calling it a ceasefire. And really just making the most out of this small assault to start to wear down their battle fatigue in anticipation of a real assault. So with this, I'm going to start getting some of the smoke down to protect my troops, and also, let's see here, make sure they're covered while they're getting to these trenches. We don't want to have any free passes at our guys. We want to make sure that everything that they throw at us is contested or in some way minimized so that they don't get to just take free shots. So we have light artillery ready again. And I'm just going to keep these guys suppressed in case they think they're going to be able to throw some rifle fire at my guys. And now I have some heavy artillery back. Let's bring up more reinforcements. So we've got a foothold here, but it's not going to last. We are taking some serious casualties, so once they rout my troops, I'm just going to pound them into oblivion with artillery. Let's make sure that our reinforcements get there so that we don't get completely kicked out. And once that first unit gets beaten back, we'll send a second up. We'll just keep this rotation going. Let's see, should I gas them? I think it's just tear gas, so I don't know how effective that would really be. They made the mistake of getting out of the trench. But they are coming for me now. I wonder how we can cross this field. Once we get close, I'll just start to send in some artillery. I think that's all I'm going to do. We just need to make sure we keep this pressure on. Hopefully this artillery isn't too close. But at least we're in pretty solid smoke cover here. There we go, we made it in. Let's get our raiders up into that next trench. I've got the supply, why not try it? Let's see what happens with a gas attack. And let's see, their morale is hurt quite badly. They are taking casualties. There they go. Not that many, honestly. For 80 supply, it's not that impressive, I'd say. But let's get out of there before their artillery arrives. And that gas is lasting quite a while. There we go. We'll make sure our guys stay here. Since I believe we have gas masks, I'm not 100% on it. But we'll keep him back until that gas dissipates. You generally shouldn't send your troops into a poison gas cloud unless absolutely necessary. And we'll get their balloon taken out. The big challenge here is that we just have to dance around this gun emplacement. So there we go, we've got C almost captured. And once we get that all the way captured, I'll call the ceasefire. I don't know that we actually won the casualty battle here. Okay, so they have some pretty serious reinforcements coming up. I'm going to try to hit them with artillery while they're on their way. Let's see how that goes, because I can't get kicked out. I need to hold my ground here. This is important. They barely took any hits. And I don't want to lose this trench. But we've got regulars and flamethrowers coming in, so that should help. The flamethrowers are not quick, but they are effective in hand-to-hand. There we go. We should be winning this one. Let's get that next one moving up. And next one moving up. There we go. Now we're back to capturing. Though not as quickly as I would have liked. Looks like they're going to take another shot at me. But this is a beat-up raider company, and they won't last at all. So there we go, and we've got C. Ceasefire. So there we go. Stalemate. National will went down on both sides, which is fine, because we have so much to spare. Keep chipping away at national will, keep chipping away at battle fatigue. That's all we need. All right, there we go. Spent some gold, spent some supply. And thinking of the best way to deal with this. Gonna be a major loss. I don't want to just offer them that, so I'm gonna fight it. All right, same setup as last time, same objective. In theory, a different map. Let's start softening up their positions. Okay, we'll just start working them down. This front trench is going to get pretty beat up. That's good. They have infantry retreating, not sure why. And let's plan for where these guys are going to go. Not too much we can really do to get fancy about it. Also, I don't want to go around the right, because then that exposes them to these riflemen and these machine guns, and that's going to be a problem. So we'll just stick to that left side. And now our heavy guns are almost back online. We'll start hitting these. make sure their second line troops are taking fire. And I'm just going to drop as much artillery into this area as I can. Keep them backed up. Make sure their units are as weak as they can get before they get to my lines. We want to see them hit with artillery. We want to see their morale low. I'm going to do a harassment mission. Just let the bombers take some shots at them in trenches. And I'm going to drop more artillery on these guys. It's not doing much damage. It doesn't look like the trenches are improved, but I at least want them weakened. I'm going to keep moving my troops up so that we have a fresh pipeline coming in. And as soon as my troops lose this battle, I'm going to drop artillery on them. Let's see, let's look for that next wave. So we do need to kick them out of these trenches to get point C captured. So I'm just going to keep working that direction. And just filling in, making sure our trenches are occupied. We've got our bomber working on just weakening and harassing those troops in the trenches so that they're going to be at lower strength when my assault forces finally get there. And we're just going to go over the top at these guys. That was probably a bad spot to pick, honestly. Because those guys were in a hardened trench, so it didn't do as much damage to them. Now I've got to look at how I'm going to get across into this next trench and keep making progress and keep moving up. The battle in this trench is not looking as good as I would have hoped. Those raider companies are just tough. But we'll keep moving up. No reason to stop. And I think I'll actually have to call in more troops now. Try not to use my specialized and veteran troops since they're more expensive. I want to be conservative on supply, not waste anything here. Battles like this, I think, make an interesting point relating to World War I and how feudal a lot of it was, that a lot of the fighting really wasn't pushing to gain ground or anything like that. It was just wearing down the other side. That was all. It actually seems pretty thematic, fighting battles like that. I'm just going to push through these trenches a little bit, see if there's anything else I can take out, pick up a few extra points, inflict some more casualties. But overall, I think this should be done pretty quick. Happy to take out their machine gun nests and make sure that they don't counterattack me with these guys. They're moving quick. These guys are hauling through the trenches. And they're coming for me. So So I want to at least get their morale down a little bit, even if I can't inflict more casualties. Because I don't want to lose this fight. That would be irritating. And I'll just bring up more troops. I've got them. There we go. One company surrendered, but we got them to surrender too. Put on double speed, and we should have this captured in no time at all. What is hitting me? Oh, I see that we're going over the top. All right, let's cease fire. We got our minor victory, it looks like. And there we go, minor victory. We got, oh, regular victory. We got +3 and they got -4. So they did get some bonuses to will. We got more bonuses. We got bigger supply and cash bonuses though. That's important. There we go. Their will increased by 1 actually, somehow. But now we get to the attacks that matter. And I think I'm going to attack from Stenay. I think that's my best shot. I'm going to go for it here and try to actually sweep them. All right, we're using the standard attack here. Pretty similar to what we've done in the past. I'm going to give bombing a shot, see if they'll take anything out for me. So we can see their positions in the front line here. And, oh, they're coming at me. Guess I shouldn't have wasted a artillery barrage in that then. I'm going to just try to pound this machine gun into submission. They're sending some guys across the fields at me. This will not go well for them. I wonder if this is just a recon thing for them, or if there's some weird kind of attack AI that makes them think this is a good idea. Either way, not really working out for them. So I've got my guns reloaded. I'm going to take out these 2 hard points. Drop some extra artillery there to make sure it works. And then start hitting these troops as well. So we got the machine gun and mortar positions taken out. It's actually not bad damage for a light barrage. We'll wait till our artillery is reloaded and then get moving on the first assault. So I know before I was going with the, I started off assigning them to trenches, then I moved to spots. Now, then I tried trenches again. I think now I'm going back to assigning them to spots. I think that's what works best, prevents any weirdness in the pathfinding, which is really the main thing I want to avoid. I don't want to have stupid things happen that prevent me from taking ground. So here we go, moving up. Missed a couple. I'm sure they'll be wanted. So here comes their artillery. We will just try to keep moving. All right. I think we're at about the right distance. Now we are. Now we are. And who else do I have to suppress? I'll put some suppression back there. I'm gonna drop a heavy barrage on that crew. And I'll hold the other heavy barrage. So we're taking a lot of hits here. There is a mortar position here that's causing me trouble. but we're still gonna try to make it through. They're running? They're running. I am not sure what's happening here. This is weird. This is more chaotic than a World War I frontal assault should be somehow. We're taking ground, which is delightful and unexpected. All right, let's pause this, take a look. Said let's pause this. That looks like a reinforced position, so I don't know if we can actually suppress that. Who actually is on their way to a trench right now? Alright, so I think all of my troops that are alive still are going to be in trenches in a second. These guys don't have long left. So I'm actually going to move them through the trenches and see if they can take out this mortar with grenades. I'm going to do something similar here and go at this group with veteran infantry, and then they'll be able to turn grenades on this mortar position. Good, good. We'll get some extra troops coming in, and then start weakening that next line. We will get that suppressed, make sure they don't have time to just take pot shots at us without pressure. And then we'll move over and actually take this trench. Once that's done, we will have A, unless they have troops hiding in the bunkhouse, which it looks like they do not. So from there, we can take this back line all the way across. So here they come. I'm just going to start dropping some light artillery, try to hit them a little bit as they're coming through the fields. When they're in the open, they're going to pay for it. All right, so now we've got a control point we can reinforce from. We're going to sit here and absorb this assault. Don't know why these guys are just standing still. Here comes the first group that made it through. If they stop, I'll hit them with artillery. Let's see. Let's go at it. We're just going to cross this one trench line and make contact with them. Oh, look at that. Our grenadiers hit them. Perfect. I don't know if we even took any casualties there. But now we've got some fresh troops in here. Let's hit these grenadiers with artillery, make sure that they are not fresh to fight us. As our troops are getting through to that trench, we could retreat these guys. They are beat up. We'll take fresh companies to replace them. All right, let's go take out this raider company, drop some artillery on the back line, make sure that they're weakened. There we go, we took out the trench. And I'll drop some light artillery on this trench as well. Just constant pressure, that's all we need. And then once we take out some of their artillery, that'll give us yet another advantage. And then they can't can't take us back with that artillery. It'll be purely one-sided. Not sure what their flamethrower troops are doing up here, but we're going to pay them a little visit, and they shouldn't last long. This is a little close for comfort for me with the artillery, but with where they are, I think we need to do this. There we go. 2 flamethrower companies against elite and stormtrooper. This is actually going to be close because those stormtroopers are tough, but we won it. Pushed them back. And now let's get all the way to that back line so we can put pressure on the artillery. Let's pull these guys back since they are quite weak. And then from here, it's just going to be our standard tactic of marching across. There we go, we got some guns taken out. And we are approaching the command trench. Assume they have 2 units in there who are fresh, maybe even elites. Is it elites? Yeah, elites. Or possibly the specialized raider troops. There we go. That's one down. Let's soften these guys up with artillery first, because I don't want to lose 2 companies just going in blind like that. And now that we're taking this back trench line, we can take out more artillery. Let's see, there we go. That should be the last volley from artillery. They're at about half strength, so we should be able to take them out with the companies that we have. Didn't think we'd be in range, quite honestly. But we're taking them out with light artillery, or not taking them out, I guess, as much as suppressing them. There we go. That artillery is about done, so we will move across and get in this trench, kick them out. I said kick them out, not just run around weirdly. But now we've got both units in there. We can remove this French rifle company. And we can also take the command trench. Let's keep moving forward. Make sure you keep these trenches populated. There we go. We'll win this battle because these Brits started at low morale from the battle fatigue and damage we'd already inflicted on them. So we're now taking the command trench. And I think I'm going to try to stick in this trench all the way across. So let's hit these flamethrowers. We'll try to make sure that we keep things moving. There we go. Got pressure on them. However, we do have a problem from this front line. They're not going to let us in there without a fight. Make sure we get multiple companies going. Oof, that was rough. We captured the HQ. These guys got toasted a little bit. I'm gonna hit the flamethrowers again. They're gonna make this tough on me. But I think with the flamethrowers where they are, I think we could win this fight. There we go. And they're not going to be able to get more reinforcements on the front line. They're just going to get more and more worn down. And our reinforcements are going to keep filling in. We could just retreat these guys. They are beat up. However, they are throwing some fresher companies at me. This could be... We could lose this front trench. It's possible. When my first company surrenders, which is inevitable and soon, I'll move this Grenadier company in, and that'll help me hold. That did it. So there we go. They're at least taking fire now. Where are my reinforcements? They're not coming as quickly as I would like. I think I'm far enough away now I can retreat these guys without fear of them getting picked off by riflemen. And as I say that, my other reinforcements are getting picked off by riflemen. So I'm just going to hit these positions with artillery. Not because it's the most effective way to deal with it, but because I don't want to deal with them anymore. There we go, took out that one trench. And now it's at least going to be difficult for them. These flamethrowers aren't a big deal since they don't have a lot of range. However, not getting any reinforcements for a while really slowed things up. Without having to consider the casualties I took there. There we go. Taking this trench back. And our bomber is harassing them, as it should. We're slowly advancing. We have 3 out of 4 points held, and we'll be at 4 out of 4 fairly soon. This rifle company doesn't stand a chance, because I have a rifle company and a stormtrooper company that they just can't hold up against. We'll retreat these guys. Ooh, we got quite a bit that we are finding here. So now we found a mortar position. That's going to be a little tougher to deal with. Let's see. It's going to be tough here. We're really at the edge of the range. But let's make sure we get everything moved up and kind of stacked, ready for the next wave. So here we go. I'm just going to use artillery, get rid of these guys without having to risk my own troops for it. And that'll be nice too while I'm waiting for my reinforcements to come in. And I'm going to want to move fast once I move to this next wave, because we're going to be under mortar fire. And I don't want to sit around taking mortar rounds. I want to get that done. All right. Put it back to normal speed. I'm going to move 2 trenches at a time. And let's see. Trying to gauge what I can actually hit with artillery. We're just out of artillery range. So we just need to keep moving. And when we're engaged with them, I don't know if that'll make their mortars less effective, if their mortars won't fire at all. Stay in the trench. Alright, so these guys made the mistake of getting out of the trench, which is instantly fatal. They'll still at least do some damage. I was wondering what that was about over there. Alright, these mortars aren't doing a ton to us. So maybe we don't have to hurry as much as I thought. Alright, I'm going to send this unit up and go right for the mortars. And, oh, they want to surrender? I'll let them surrender right now. So there we go. We have Verdun down to 1 star. It was a great victory. Star, plus 300 supply, plus 3 national will. They're at minus 13 national will. Our casualties were about even. Ours were slightly higher, but not by a ton. However, we pushed them off that land, which is a huge victory for us. Verdun is now at 1 star. There we go. Minus 12. They're down to 228. They're approaching 200. So I'm going to sit on that for this turn, or at least for this episode. Maybe I'll leave it on this turn and consider launching one final attack next episode to see if we can take Verdun. Thanks again for watching. Hope you're enjoying this series, and have a good one.